Hi, welcome. My name is Chrissy and I'm going to be giving you a channel global reading for December, January, so it's sort of for the Christmas period. So I thought it'd be nice just to touch base and let my guides channel through to you with some messages for the festive season. Now I'm just going to close my eyes and we'll just get started. Now the big message is to have trust and faith. And they're just saying to really believe in yourself. Like, Christmas is a time of observation. It's saying that Christmas isn't a time for action, it's a time for observation. So it's almost like showing you sort of standing back and observing. So I think what they're saying here is it's about that starting off again. So they're showing someone in the blocks at the start of a running race. So you're kind of standing there in position, your fingers are behind the line in the blocks, and you know how they lean forward and they're ready to go. So it's almost like they're showing me around this festive season that people are kind of ready to go, but it's like they're waiting for the gun to go off. So they're kind of waiting for the bang, but that trigger hasn't been pulled yet. So this is where people are. They're sort of feeling very stagnant. They're still feeling a little bit lost. They're trying to show kindness, love and strength and all these kind of emotional qualities, but a lot of people have kind of suppressed these qualities and they're finding it hard to kind of pull them out of themselves. But you've really got to reach down now and start to get that old vibration back up. So let these things rise up. If you've got emotions that you need to get out, if you need to have a good cry, that's something that they're showing me is really important over the festive season. You might have lost a loved one that you couldn't even go to their funeral. So many things have happened in this last crazy year that we've got to sort of start to take charge of our emotions again, because they're saying that it's our emotional state that will start to heal any of our wounds. And I really believe that the things that have happened are to break down our soul wounds. I feel this is about building soul strength in people. Christmas isn't just about giving and receiving. I feel like Christmas is so much more than that. Christmas represents different things to a lot of different people. Some people it's about reconnecting, some people it's about the rebirth. I mean, that's a big one. And it's almost about reinventing yourself, like going forward. So I think December, January is going to be a time when people are really wanting to kind of find themselves again. And I don't just mean about the internal struggles, but I think a lot of people have changed jobs over the past year because of the instability, and I feel that people are wanting to sort of get fitter, get healthier. They're wanting to get new clothes. You know, I haven't even been able to go out shopping. I've had to sort of buy things online. I'm sure a lot of you out there have been buying things online because the post was certainly crazy, hectic and busy in that last year. So people are wanting to kind of start living again, and that's kind of the message in December and January. A lot of importance is going to be put on our space. So they're showing me tables. So not just doing it up for Christmas and having the beautiful sort of garlands and dressing up your tables, but this is about food. This is about getting back to those basic things of life. You know, if you look at the Greeks and Italians and these sort of cultures, it's all about the food. Food brings joy into their life. And the reason that those sort of countries and these kind of cultures, they're just examples, focus on food and wine and enjoying and sitting for a few hours all around is because it helps people to connect. And that is the real message here, is that it's about connecting with people and having a conversation and talking about your experiences and sharing those emotional journeys that we've all gone through. And that's the real highlight for December, January in the festive season, is to really focus on, you know, looking at your beautiful healthy vegetables and eating lots of beautiful fruits. It's summer here, so it's easy for us to eat fruit. If it's winter where you are, you know, you might sit around the beautiful log fires and do different things like that. It doesn't matter what your situation is, but this is about reconnecting with people, because we don't want to stay divided. Division does not work, and division is not healthy, and separation is not healthy. People need to be with other people, and I'm not saying you have to have hundreds of people around you. You know, you might be a bit of a loner and enjoy your own company. You know, I'm fine with that. I love to garden and do things on my own, as I'm sure a lot of you do out there too. But over the festive season, you really have to start to like reconnect with people and talk, and this is how we get a lot of our hurts and our pains and our angst out of our body. So it's very important to sort of take a leaf out of some of these cultures, you know, even I think it is the Kiwis and that they sort of put foods in the ground. It's showing me that they cook things on the coals and they're outdoors and they're in nature, and I think Fiji and a lot of these other places do that as well. Get out in nature and do these things out in nature. Start having fun. Be spontaneous. The messages are to be very spontaneous. You just don't have to sit at home. You could go for a beautiful drive and into the country. You know, you could go down the beach and just sit and kick a beach ball around. It doesn't matter what you're doing, but these are the things that are going to kind of make the differences, and this is all around the globe. Do simple things that bring everybody together, and that is what the message is here in December and January. Be together, and literally be together. Don't let your mind wander off. Be with those people. People are precious to you and important. Make them feel that way over the festive season. Power, now I'm getting the message of power. So power now is changing. I feel like what once was classed as power, which was about our status, our image, what we owned, where we worked, what we did, this is starting to transfer and change. And I feel like this is going to be a big transition going into 2022, is about where we're transferring our power to. So we need to be starting to break things down and start to see what's important. And this is what I was saying in some of my previous videos about things always happen for reasons. At the time it can seem very overwhelming. You think, why is this happening? But I really believe that the world was getting too consumed by materialism and, like I said, the status and the images. And now we're starting to actually see, hang on a minute, what's really important to us? Our families are important, our kids are important, our pets are important, our environment is important, and as you know, a lot's been going on around the globe about climate change and looking after things, planting trees, looking after trees. A lot of people are becoming vegans, looking after our animals more. There's so much going on out there that's completely like on the opposite end of the scale to status, image. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with money and things like that and wealth. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's how you find a really good balance between those things that's really important. And I think that's what December and January is going to be about. It's about getting that balance right in your life and making the steps forward that are going to make some changes to the future and to our kids that when they're growing up. So these are the things we're kind of going to be looking at. People are going to be a lot more aware of recycling and looking after our beautiful waterways. These are things that are going to start to become very highlighted. And I think that'll really become on a global scale. There's going to be things that are going to filter down that everyone's going to go, wow, that's a fantastic idea. And I feel like these things are going to really kick off straight after sort of Christmas. There's going to be a lot of really good ideas that people are going to get quite creative now with how we can tidy up our beautiful planet. And especially, I know it's gone through my mind, as it probably has with you guys, cleaning up the masks. There are zillions and millions and billions of masks out there just laying around virtually in landfill now. So we've got to kind of look at picking all these things up. If we're seeing masks around the streets, you know, obviously get a plastic bag or gloves and pick these things up and start to, let's move this life forward. We don't want to stay stuck in those sort of memories either. So I think that's something that's going to become really strong in January, starting off that fresh new year. I feel that England and other countries are kind of not lagging behind, but I feel that the fear is greater. And I think we've all seen that with Boris this week and how he's really overreacting to the Omicron variant. He's instilling a lot of fear back into people. And that gets exhausting. If you're being bombarded with that fear all the time, it starts to consume you and it starts to kind of weigh you down. It literally starts to weigh you down. And I feel like they're a little bit behind in that. I don't know if there's more of an agenda there. There could be, because why would you not be sort of starting to open up? And I understand it is winter there. We're in summer here in Australia at the moment. But I feel like that's something that they have to stop doing, is putting that fear into people. the loss of life, I'm not saying it's not happening, but it's not balanced to the fear that they're putting on people, because this is actually starting to really take a toll on people's mental health now, and having fear and being scared and feeling overwhelmed. And that's not just fear around the virus. I'm talking about fear of not having freedom, fear of losing your jobs. Just, there's a lot of fears that go with sort of pandemics, and you've got to kind of weigh this up again. It gets back to that balance of, we've all got to find that right balance now, because we can't just live our lives in total fear. That's just unhealthy. And what quality of life is that? That's living a life in fear is like a life half lived. It's not living. So I think that's something that's really being highlighted at the present moment. Is there another agenda? Because why would you be making people so fearful? I really feel like America's going to make a big stand on the mandates. People don't like it. The dictatorship is really uncomfortable for many. No one wants to live in that sort of regimented life like a soldier, just marching along, yes sir, no sir, 3 bags full sir. Everybody doesn't want to be doing that anymore. So I feel like America's going to really stand tall. I think that actually they could even set an example for sort of the rest of the world, that they're just not going to take it anymore. They want to get on with their lives. And the thing is, I see in America is that they are very strong in numbers. And I mean mixed. I mean vaccinated, unvaccinated, it doesn't matter who you are, all different cultures, all different races. I really see that coming together come January. I really feel like there are going to be big marches in America, and they're really going to march forward, and I feel they're going to actually start to make a difference. They're going to really shake things to the core, I feel, in America. So my tip is to just ride that storm. Just ride that storm through Christmas and get through that other side, and I think you'll really see a lot of changes coming around in America. So the message basically is just be blessed, live your best life. I know sometimes we get things taken away from us, and that can be very hard, but you know, this is a soul journey, and we are souls here having a human experience. So you've got to make the most of every minute of every day that you're here, because we all are born and we all die. So we've got this time frame in between to have some fun, have laughs, have joy, and we've also got to look at doing those things that are going to make a better future on our planet, and not, I don't believe that people want to live in that dictatorship. So keep standing strong, keep staying true, and keep united and stay together. This is about sort of going forward as a team. This isn't about, you know, they're over there, those people are over here. This is about, let's all unite, let's move forward together, and let's start to make these changes. So look, stay strong. Enjoy Christmas. I'm wishing everybody out there a Merry Christmas. I hope my readings are helping you. Please leave me comments. I would really love to hear from you guys wherever you're from. Let me know if you're watching these videos overseas, if any of this info is helping you get through some of these tough times. Subscribe to my channel, hit those like buttons, and like I said, go and check out my self-help videos. I've got hundreds on there that can help you around attraction, body language, depression, feeling suicidal, if you're just feeling lonely and isolated. I've got ways to make you feel more upbeat. Please go check them out, and I will see you in the next video. Merry Christmas.